The beginning of the story. Peter Parker was living a happy life with his wife, Mary Jane. One day, when he learned that Mary Jane was pregnant, his world changed. There was a mix of excitement and fear inside him. On one hand, he felt the thrill of becoming a father. On the other, he knew he had to become a protective father. But one night, things became much more complicated. Dr. Mundo's plan. One morning, Peter realized that Mary Jane had mysteriously gone missing. As Spider-Man, he began searching the streets of New York, but he couldn't find any trace of her. At that moment, he felt that his wife was in grave danger and immediately went to seek advice from his mentor, Dr. Strange. Dr. Strange told Spider-Man that his wife had been kidnapped by none other than Dr. Mundo. Dr. Mundo was a psychopath scientist who often created chaos with his complex plans. His reason for kidnapping Mary Jane was to use her for a twisted experiment. On top of that, Dr. Mundo had a dangerous power over Mary Jane's life. He could put her pregnancy at risk. Teaming up with Batman, Spider-Man knew that he couldn't stop Dr. Mundo alone. He needed help, but from whom? That's when he thought of Batman. Gotham City was far away, but Batman's intelligence, strategies, and ability to hide in the shadows could be useful to Spider-Man. Late in the night, Batman met with Spider-Man. Together, they tracked Dr. Mundo down. Through the dark streets of Gotham and the towering buildings of New York, they moved forward with tension. With Batman's brilliant plans and Spider-Man's agility, they managed to find Dr. Mundo's hidden laboratory, a fierce battle doctor. Mundo's lab was a terrifying place. The air smelled of toxic chemicals, and large devices filled the rooms, flashing dim lights. Mary Jane was tied up in one of the rooms, and everything was under Dr. Mundo's control. Spider-Man and Batman were ready to face Dr. Mundo. But Dr. Mundo didn't just want to capture Mary Jane, he also intended to trap both Spider-Man and Batman. Suddenly, massive metal arms and hidden traps sprang out of the walls. A brutal battle ensued. Batman's combat skills combined with Spider-Man's agility created a powerful force as they worked together to undo Dr. Mundo's plans. However, Dr. Mundo was more dangerous than they expected. He used his intellect and power to outsmart them at every turn. The battle dragged on, but eventually, Batman and Spider-Man cornered Dr. Mundo. With a final move, they managed to take him down, but it was too late. Miscarriage and heartbreaking loss. After Dr. Mundo's death, Spider-Man rushed his wife to the hospital. But unfortunately, Mary Jane had already miscarried. This was a devastating blow to Spider-Man. He had fought so hard, given everything he had. But in the end, he had to face the painful reality of loss. When Mary Jane opened her eyes, Spider-Man embraced her, whispering, "I will protect you forever." But those words couldn't ease the deep pain he felt. Both Mary Jane's loss and falling into Dr. Mundo's trap were more than he could bear. The end of the story days passed, and slowly, Spider-Man and Mary Jane tried to return to normal life. Mary Jane grieved for their lost baby, while Spider-Man fought an inner battle. But he was a hero, and he knew he had to keep moving forward with his life. One day, Batman visited Spider-Man. "In time, the pain will fade. But remember, heroes like you are meant to protect others," he said. Spider-Man nodded and thanked Batman before saying goodbye. Now, Mary Jane and Spider-Man were ready to take the first steps toward rebuilding their lives. But this experience had changed them forever. Both of them would carry the pain of their loss in their hearts. But one day, perhaps they would continue on, even stronger than before.